Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to my What's Better Raw Smackdown episode 29 of this show. I can't believe it. It's going to be up to 30 episodes next week. It's pretty insane. Um, so, I'm here to give you episode 29, though. This week, I'm going to put more effort than I did last week. Last week, I just didn't really feel like doing it last week. I think I just was coming from a party and I was just bored. So yeah, it just didn't happen I just really wasn't feeling it last week. I was just doing it to get it done. And I think just Raw and SmackDown were decent but not good enough. This week, Raw was good. SmackDown I thought was pretty average. And I didn't take any notes just because I was talking to my friend on the phone at the same time. Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to actually take any notes. So I'm just gonna go off memory and talk about things I liked on Raw, things I didn't like on Raw. Let me start off with the things I didn't like, because there really wasn't a lot I didn't like. I did not like the women's match between Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, and it really wasn't because of any of the competitors involved. It just was the way they were booking this. It just felt like they were just booking this like, hey, we got all these women here. We don't know what to do with them, so let's just throw them all in one segment. Because Alexa Bliss was on commentary. Emma came up and she was mad that Alexa Bliss walked out on her during the 6-woman tag match last week because she ended up eating the submission. So Alexa Bliss wants away from her. And then she hides behind Nia Jax. And Nia Jax throws Alexa Bliss right into her. Emma tries to attack her, but she accidentally hits Nia Jax. And Nia Jax, I think, went after Emma or something. See, I couldn't even comprehend. I can't even really remember exactly what happened. I remember Mickie James and Dana Brooke came out afterwards. And then afterwards, everybody was being beat down. Bayley comes out and clears the house. They cleans house. Nia Jax was the last one left in the ring, and then they throw her out. It was just, what are they trying to set up here? Are they trying to set up like a battle royal where the winner becomes #1 contender to Alexa Bliss's Raw Women's Championship? Are they going to set up a gauntlet match where the same thing happens? Are they going to have Alexa Bliss defend the Raw Women's title against all these women? What are they doing here? I don't know. So overall, that was bad. What else did I not care for? I kind of didn't really care for the whole Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt stuff on this show. Seth Rollins, we found out that he's going to be the cover of the new video game, WWE 2K18. I may try to get that game. I know I've been slacking. I got 2K16, didn't play it. I didn't get 2K17. I may try to start playing some of these video games at some point and do like a review of it or something. Because Let's Plays don't really work anymore because my TV and computer just kind of wouldn't. It just doesn't work. I found out my Let's Plays never really work because of the fact that they're always you can't really see it too well. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just play the game and review the game and talk about things I like about the game. But that's besides the point. And he comes out and he talks about how he looked up to all sorts of athletes that were on cover of video games, and now he's happy that he gets to be on that list. And he talks about, pretty much everything that he's been saying, how he bought in, and how nobody can be like you. And he says that this game is our cover. What I kind of didn't really like about this was this promo by Seth Rollins just sounded so scripted. It just sounded like he was just reading off a script. It didn't really sound like something that Seth Rollins would even say. I really didn't care for that. And it just kind of, it just didn't really feel like it was something that Seth Rollins would say. It feels like Seth Rollins just kind of very scripted promo. And the message was good. It just doesn't sound like something that Seth Rollins would say. Then Bray Wyatt comes up on the screen. Bray Wyatt, pretty much says that you say that you've changed and you say that you're for the people, but yet you're doing things like being on covers of WWE 2K18, stuff that corporate men would do. Well, he says that I'm a god and you're not going to get conquered. Then Seth Rollins talks about how, well, if you may be a god, but the god's what people see. And you may see yourself as a god, but I don't personally see you as a god. I don't know if he said that when Bray Wyatt was on the screen, or if when Seth Rollins was in the ring. I don't exactly remember. So then Bray Wyatt says that you dare insult me like that, and now there's going to be consequences, and a sacrifice has to be made. So then Bray Wyatt blows out his light bulb. He comes out, and when he blows his light bulb off, not a light bulb, but his lamp, his lantern, Seth Rollins dives off the turnbuckle right onto Bray Wyatt. Didn't care for this segment. It just didn't really feel like it was going anywhere. I like the idea of a Seth Rollins-Bray Wyatt feud, but it's really hard for me to take Bray Wyatt seriously anymore. He loses all his feuds, and yeah, it's just really tough to take somebody seriously if they lose all the time. And it's just, yeah, really tough for me to take him seriously. What else did I know? I feel like that's about it. There's other stuff I didn't care for on Raw, but those, I just wanted to talk about those segments first. Let me talk about some other stuff on Raw, though. I liked the match between TJP and Akira Tozawa. It's really a shame, though, that the match just kind of felt like it was there. But I kind of like how they were incorporating the Titus brand into this storyline. I like it, but don't like it. You know, I feel like that Neville and Akira Tozawa can easily have their own feud for the Cruiserweight Championship. They don't really need to have Titus O'Neil involved, and, you know, they don't need any of that. I don't like that it's being used to push that. However, maybe having Titus O'Neil, I think the reason they have Titus O'Neil in there to begin with is because, Titus O'Neil, I think, is there to talk for Akira Tozawa, even though Akira Tozawa, we've heard speak English before. That's kind of weird. And I think another reason I don't mind the Titus brand being in it is because you could really make the Titus brand into this huge thing, have Apollo Crews be in it, have Akira Tozawa be in it, bring in other wrestlers, and have it be like a faction or something, and have Titus O'Neil take a manager role instead of being a wrestler. Because Titus O'Neil, I think, is he is a little bit charismatic. He's very awkward and funny, and I think he could be a good manager, not a wrestler. So I think having Akira Tozawa be a part of that would bring legitimacy into it. But I don't really know about that, though. Another reason I think, you get somebody else that the casual fans would know, like Titus O'Neil. They see him on Raw every week. They would probably know who Akira Tozawa is. Obviously, they know who Neville is because he was in WWE before the Cruiserweight division. So it would be okay. But what I don't care for, though, is that I feel like Akira Tozawa and Neville could have their own little feud for it, but it's whatever. Neville afterwards, Titus O'Neil talks about how Akira Tozawa is going to be the next Cruiserweight champion. Neville says that Neville tells Titus O'Neil to shut up, you peasant, which I like that he said that. And he says that Akira Tozawa, you better watch what you think, because you won't even be able to bow to my knees. And he says that he will absolutely obliterate Akira Tozawa if they had a match together. And on 205 Live, Titus O'Neil announced that he's going to negotiate a contract with Akira Tozawa to join the Titus brand. I expect Neville to come out and interrupt it next week and set up their Cruiserweight Championship match for Great Balls of Fire. And yeah, that could be okay stuff. But yeah, the Cruiserweight division I thought was alright this week. You know, I thought Akira Tozawa and TJP had a nice little match together. And, you know, I do like, Neville is my favorite champion, main roster-wise in the WWE. He never loses a match. He's always made to look strong. So I like that. So it's whatever. What else did I like on Raw? But what I didn't like, though, was that later on in the night, Cesaro and Sheamus, the Raw Tag Team Champions, wrestled the Titus brand, Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, and the Raw Tag Team Champions beat them by pinning Apollo Crews. That kind of made the Titus brand, I thought, look bad. I get you don't want to have the Raw Tag Team Champions lose, but why couldn't the Raw Tag Team Champions beat another tag team on Raw instead of Apollo Crews, and, well, instead of the Titus brand, I should call it, I guess. That just was stupid. I did like the tag team match, though, between the Hardy Boys and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I thought they had a nice little opening tag team match. There was a lot of near falls in that match. Obviously, I knew the Hardy Boys were going to win that match, though, just because they're trying to build up, because they are going to be the #1 contenders to Sheamus and Cesaro's Raw Tag Team Championship, so you don't want to have them look weak. So I was fine with the Hardy Boys winning. It really was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson could be doing something else, because I hate the fact that they're jobbing out every week. I really feel like they should have gone to SmackDown with AJ Styles and formed the club again, or at least go to SmackDown and help AJ Styles turn face. One of the two. The fact that they're just jobbing out on Raw and are in an inconsequential role is really disappointing. If it doesn't change soon, I expect Gallows and Anderson to leave WWE and go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling or like Ring of Honor or something. They'll probably show up at Impact Wrestling. So I really do hate the fact that the way Gallows and Anderson are being used. But they had a good tag team match with the Hardy Boys. I also like the way they utilize Elias Sampson on Raw this week. You know, I'm actually enjoying Elias Sampson. He's nothing fantastic, but he's good. I think he does a good job of getting heel heat, you know, with his concerts and stuff, how he trashes the town that he's in. It's cheap heel heat, but it's good heel. I think he's making it work for him. And, you know, I like the way they're featuring him. They're having him wrestle matches and actually look legitimate. He's beaten guys like Dean Ambrose already. So they're making Elias Sampson, I think, look pretty good. You know, he went to do a concert this week. He got interrupted by Finn Balor. They had a little bit of a face-off. You know, Finn Balor afterwards went on to defeat Bo Dallas in an all-right match. Really wasn't necessary to have Bo Dallas wrestle him. They should have just done the face-off, and then that's it. Bo Dallas, though, now is starting to look like his brother, Bray Wyatt, because now he's got the beard going, he's got his hair growing out, and yeah, but Bo Dallas still sucks, though. He attacked Finn Balor before the match. He hits a running knee strike in the corner, but Balor eventually beats him with the coup de grace. And then that's it. And afterwards, Finn Balor got interviewed backstage. He talks about how he wants to get back his WWE Universal Championship. Then he got attacked from behind by Elias Sampson, you know, because he felt like that Finn Balor upstaged him. And he beats the crap out of him. And yeah, then afterwards he gets stopped by Devon Dudley, which I was surprised to see Devon backstage. I guess he's in a backstage role now, which was actually kind of cool. And he has to hold back Elias Sampson, and then that was it. I like the idea of a Finn Balor-Elias Sampson feud. You could look at it as a downgrade for Finn Balor since he was just the first ever WWE Universal Champion. Now he's feuding with Elias Sampson. But I kind of don't really see it that way. You know, you have Finn Balor. He needs something to do. Everybody in the main event seat's kind of full. You know, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is in a feud. Samoa Joe's facing Brock for the Universal Championship. Bray's facing Seth Rollins. I actually don't know why Bray isn't facing Finn Balor. You know, Bray attacked Finn Balor and cost him a chance to wrestle for the IC title like about a month ago, and now they haven't done anything with it. Maybe they're saving that for SummerSlam. I don't know. But who else is in the main event that's busy? Those are about the main event guys on Raw. Everybody in the main event on Raw is kind of, the main event scene on Raw is kind of full. There's no real place for Finn Balor to be in there at the moment. So, have him go into a feud with Elias Sampson, I think works. Elias Sampson's been featured pretty prominently on Raw lately too. He's beaten Dean Ambrose, a former WWE champion. I think it makes sense for, I think it could be a good thing for Elias Sampson. And I don't see it as a downgrade, If Finn Balor doesn't win, it would be awful. But it's a nice way to get Elias Sampson over. I don't really see this as a bad thing. The feud, I don't think will be a bad feud. It will be probably it'll be decent television. But I'm actually enjoying Elias Sampson on Raw. I don't think it's anything terrible. And like I said, if Finn Balor doesn't win, then it's stupid. But, if Elias Sampson could make himself look credible. I really hope that if Elias Sampson doesn't win this feud, that he doesn't just disappear off television and we never see him again, which will be really sad. But I think this feud, if Elias Sampson could show it, his in-win work, it could really help Elias Sampson. Then later on in the night, though, continuing with stuff I liked, The Miz came up to Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas backstage, and he offered him a chance to be a part of his entourage. he was making fun of him. Curtis Axel acted like he was gonna punch him, and then he's like, "Hey, if you punch me, I'll be on Raw next week, and I'll be going and doing this and that. You'll just be backstage wrestling the caterers. So it's up to you. You can either join me and help take out Dean Ambrose, or you can just become afterthoughts." And The Miz did this segment where he was trying to apologize to his wife Maurice, and because she's mad at him after everything he's done. He even shows that he rebuilt the grandfather clock that she got for him, which I doubt that's the same one. And then Dean Ambrose comes out, and Miz tries to pose his wife in front of her, and a drink falls right in her face. But that was actually pretty funny. And she gets pissed about this, so he gets mad at Ambrose. He charges at him. He accidentally hits the grandfather clock. It breaks, and Maurice gets mad at him, and she walks off. So he just kind of undid everything, all of his apologies. And Dean Ambrose tries to lay out Miz with the dirty deeds. And what I forgot to mention about this segment was there was this time, obviously they've been doing this whole thing with the Bears, which has been terrible. This time there were 2 Bears in the ring, and the 2 Bears attack Dean Ambrose. And we find out that it's Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. So I guess they're going to be a faction with The Miz as the entourage. And The Miz helps beat the crap out of him. He lays out Ambrose with the skull crushing finale, holds up the Intercontinental Championship, and then that was it. I thought the segment was good. I thought The Miz came off really well here, and I like the attack. And I like that Curtis Axel, not so much Bo Dallas, but Curtis Axel is going to be getting time on Raw again. And yeah, so I think that's pretty good stuff. What else did I like on Raw this week that I'm forgetting? I think that's it. I would have preferred, though, that the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus, though, had a talking segment instead of, just a 2 random matches together. I think that would have made sense. I hear that Cesaro and Sheamus are calling the tag team name The Bar now. I guess that makes sense, since they say that they are The Bar. Well, I guess that proves it, but it's kind of like, I don't really, not really a huge fan of that tag team name. I'm not like a huge fan of a Finn Balor Elias Sampson feud. There's better utilizations for Finn Balor. You could throw him into a feud with The Miz for the IC title. But like I said, it's tough to do that because Ambrose still has to have his rematch clause. There's no one else for Finn Balor to feud with, and it's a way for Finn Balor to get on Raw. Maybe I would have preferred that Seth Rollins. It would be a huge downgrade for Seth Rollins even more since he just went, since he was just Universal Champion. He's been a huge star, so it's like, Something I didn't like on Raw is I didn't watch it because of a certain someone that was there, but I heard about it. That's that Braun Strowman return. Really surprised to see him return. It was awesome. He's facing somebody at Great Balls of Fire. I forget who it is. In an ambulance match. Don't tell me who it is because I don't care. But yeah, and I won't watch that match because of who he's facing, even though I don't know who it is. I think it's Shadow Man number 5. So yeah. But Braun Strowman, happy to see him back. And like I said, I think that's why this pay-per-view is a little bit messed up because Joe, he was supposed to have fought Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship, but since he got hurt, they sent through Joe in there. I think Balor was supposed to have been feuding with Bray Wyatt or something, but they threw Rollins at Balor because I think Rollins was supposed to have faced Joe at Great Balls of Fire. But instead Rollins got thrown at Bray Wyatt, and now Finn Balor's being thrown at Elias Sampson. So yeah. But yeah, Braun Strowman's back. I'm happy to see him back. I hope he wins the ambulance match, mainly because of who he's facing, and I would like to see him versus Brock for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. Then we have like Then we had the build up to the Universal Championship match. They did a nice little hype video package building up both Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. Samoa Joe talks about, how he's wrestled everybody and been in every match imaginable. And he says that now that he's here in the WWE, he's willing to take any avenue to get to the WWE Universal Championship. And he said that he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. And he says that Brock Lesnar should be afraid of him, and he said that everything he wanted was right in front of him when he had a face-off with Lesnar a few weeks ago. Brock Lesnar talks about how all he wants to do is be the best at what he does, and he said that he's proven that, and he's damn well good at it. He talks about how he doesn't care about Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe isn't on his league, and he says that, you know, since Samoa Joe wants to come after Paul Heyman, that makes you look like a punk bitch. Come after me. And then you know they really did a good job playing up the video package, and really helping me get hyped up for the match at Great Balls of Fire, which I can't wait for. And Brock Lesnar's going to be on Raw next week. That's really cool. So I can't wait to see the match between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. I'm not sure who the face or heel is. I don't really know, because I want to say Joe's the heel since he choked out Heyman a few weeks ago. But Brock Lesnar was acting very heelish in this video package. But quite frankly, I really don't care who's face or heel. I just want to see these guys go at it, and I don't care who's face or heel. It really doesn't matter to me. It's Brock Lesnar with Samoa Joe. Doesn't really matter who's face or heel. Maybe they're both heels. They're definitely both not face. Joe's definitely a heel. I think Brock's more of a tweener. He just goes out there and he destroys people. That's what he is. And I'm really disappointed that I really wanted to wish that, because obviously there is going to be a winner of Great Balls of Fire. I really wish there wasn't going to be, because I really want to see the rematch at SummerSlam where Lesnar can face Joe again, and then you can have Lesnar go over there. But then again, you don't really want to have Lesnar's first Universal Championship title defense, have a fuck finish, so I can understand that. But I really wish there wasn't. I really kind of wish this match would have waited till SummerSlam, because I think this match, has the potential to really steal the show, and have two feuds. Sorry about that. Then we got the main event segment that really has everybody, well, all the wrestling fans anyways, talking. So, obviously, earlier in the show, Corey Graves left commentary, because he was on commentary along with Michael Cole and Booker T. He left commentary to go talk to Kurt Angle, and while he was talking to Kurt Angle, Enzo Amore and Big Cass came in, and they wanted to get to the bottom of who was attacking them. So Kurt Angle said that he's going to hold an investigation and he'll have an answer by the end of the night. And you see Kurt Angle, you don't actually get to hear it, but you see him talking to the possible suspects, Big Show, the Revival, and you questioning who attacked Enzo Amore and Big Cass. So then Kurt Angle comes out, Enzo Amore and Big Cass came out to do the whole shtick, and Big Cass says, whoever's been attacking us, we're going to find out who attacked us, and when we do, you're going to be SAWFT, soft. And then Kurt Angle spreads out the suspects. It's either the Big Show or the Revival, and Big Show's upset about this. Kurt Angle says that the Big Show's a suspect because when Big Cass was attacked, it felt like that he had been hit with, by a cannonball or something, or by a bowling ball. I forget exactly what type of ball it was. And Big Show says that after everything we've been through, Kurt, I didn't expect you to name me as a suspect. After everything, we've traveled up and down the road together. And if you think that I'm a suspect, then maybe I don't belong to be wrestling on your show anymore. I don't know what that means for the Big Show. If he's going to go to Smackdown because he said that, or if this was just a way to wait him off for a few weeks, I'm not sure. Then Kurt Angle says that the Revival are suspects, and the Revival say that they haven't been on Raw in a few weeks, and they've only been there to, because they're top guys. And Kurt Angle did say that the Revival have good alibis and sources that proves that's not them. So, that they get to leave. So, Corey Graves then says that he has some information, because he says that Big Cass when he was attacked last week, he wasn't examined by WWE medical staff. And he says, well, I went to different medical staff that weren't WWE, but it's the same thing. And then they say, well, that's funny because I found the security footage last week. And Corey Graves plays the security footage, and it shows Big Cass, and he's in the same spot that he was last week. and pretty much he faked his attack. He just went down on the ground and acted like he was unconscious and had been attacked. And pretty much he says that you were never attacked at all to begin with. You did that to cover up the fact that you were the one that attacked Enzo Amore. And Enzo Amore is shocked about this. He's talking to him. And then Big Cass says, "You damn right it was me. And I should have done it a long time ago." And Big Cass finally turns heel. And he cuts this big promo on Enzo Amore talking about how nobody likes Enzo Amore because he always runs his mouth just like he did to Conor McGregor, because apparently he was talking shit to Conor McGregor, talking about how Floyd Mayweather, if he would knock him out, and if he didn't, he would do it himself, which I think WWE probably told him to send that tweet so they can use it in the storyline. And Big Cass talks about, how everybody hates him backstage and he should have attacked him a long time ago, and how Enzo Amore, kept him from reaching his full-time WWE potential. How he could have been champion, but Enzo Amore was always holding him back, and pretty much just goes off on Enzo. Enzo was actually tearing up a little bit. I thought that really added to the segment. And afterwards, Big Cass says that he's not going to be around him anymore. He big boots Enzo. He walks off. And then that was the end of the segment and the end of the show. Now, I really enjoyed this segment. I thought Big Cass was great on the mic. I thought he did a very good job. Enzo Amore selling the fact that Big Cass was turning on him, I thought really worked. I think, Enzo Amore and Big Cass, they really pulled off the segment really well. It needed the main event because nothing was going to be able to follow this. The fact that Enzo Amore and Big Cass broke up, I think, made sense. I think WWE did a very good job telling this story, about them getting laid out. I actually thought they were going to get laid out before the segment even happened, and the show was just going to go off the air. We were never going to find out who actually attacked Enzo Amore. An idea that I had is it was probably Braun Strowman. It was a way to kind of keep Braun Strowman, the revival. I didn't think it was them to begin with because I thought that was too obvious. Big Show wasn't going to be Big Show. It was just planted that it was him. So that was interesting. But the fact that they broke up Enzo Amore and Big Cass, I feel very 50-50 on that, because I feel like WWE made a mistake doing that. I feel like it's really dumb for them to do that, but I also kind of feel like it's a really good idea to do that. The reason why I think it's stupid is because, one, you could have gotten a lot more out of this tag team. I think like WWE tried to drop the ball with that. They could have, it's a shame they didn't really get to win the NXT or WWE or Raw Tag Team Championships before they broke up. I feel like WWE really missed the boat. If you still wanted to break them up, you could have kept this storyline going, but eventually have them win the Raw Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam, and then have them have a nice run, and then you don't have them get attacked for a few weeks, but then one of maybe like Enzo Amore gets taken out of Big Cass, and he has to go defend the Raw Tag belts himself, and they lose him to like the Revival or something, and then eventually we find out that it was Big Cass. That way they can at least get a nice Raw Tag title run, because I feel like WWE could have gotten some more mileage out of an Enzo Amore Big Cass team and have them win the tag titles and stuff. And it sucks for the tag division too, because Raw doesn't have a lot of tag teams. It's only, even on the babyface side, it's only the Hardy Boys and Beauty and the Man Beast, because Beauty and the Man Beast is like a jobber team. I don't even know what the Titus brand is, because this week Titus O'Neil acted like a babyface, which was kind of weird. So I'm not really sure if the Titus brand is a heel or a face team, because they acted like faces this week. So there's not a lot of teams left on the babyface side. Then you have the fact that what's going to happen to Cesaro and Sheamus, because if they retain the Raw Tag Team titles, where do they go next? Because there's no other teams for them to feud with. So I don't know what happens. They don't even have the Golden Truth anymore, because they broke up as a team. Forgot to mention Goldust and R-Truth cut promos. They're going to have an in-win segment next week. I can't wait for it. Really enjoyed their program. But continuing with... I didn't even forget to talk about something, by the way. But continuing with, Raw, with this whole Big Cass. But what I like about it, though, is it gives Big Cass a chance to fight. Well, actually, here's another stupid thing about it, is what happens to Enzo Amore. Big Cass, I think, will be okay from this. But Enzo Amore, He really isn't the best wrestler. So the fact that the only reason that he was able to get past and get by with his ring work and stuff was because he had been cast. So what happens to him now? You can't. I really don't want them to like drop the ball with Enzo. You never see him again after this feud's over. Because of the fact that Enzo Amore, I think, is too much of a good mic worker to keep off television. Unless they want to put him in the cruiserweight division, then I guess that'd be fine. So yeah, it's really questionable what they're gonna do with him. So I don't know. But the good things about it, though, why I'm happy about it is I kind of want to see this feud. I think this could be some good television, a good feud for SummerSlam. Big Cass can finally break out and become a single star, which I'm really happy about because I think Big Cass is actually pretty talented. And he could be a really good heel. I think because I think WWE is really behind Big Cass. Maybe he could face. You would take him seriously to face like a Brock Lesnar or something. That'd be cool. Enzo Amore, you could have him join the Cruiserweight division. That would be good for the Cruiserweight division because people would give a shit about it maybe. So I think, in a sense, that's actually a good thing. They're actually breaking up because you get to do more with Big Cass and stuff now. So, and you get a nice hot feud for the summer. The match itself, I don't think would be bad. I think it would actually really put Big Cass over as like a big heel and stuff. So I think that'd be good. But that was Raw. Overall, I really enjoyed Raw. Not going to do a star ratings because I'm reviewing 2 shows at once. But I thought Raw was an actual enjoyable show. I thought WWE actually put forth effort. And I think Raw, they actually made it pretty enjoyable. I liked, there's more positives than negative. I liked pretty much everything they did except for the Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt stuff. The Neville, the Bo Dallas, Finn Balor match. And the women's segment. Those were like the only real bad stuff on this show. Everything else I thought was pretty enjoyable. I thought Raw actually put forth some effort, and yeah, it really hyped me up to want to see Great Balls of Fire. Yeah, I mean, even though the pay-per-view name is really stupid. And now as for SmackDown, like I said, I thought SmackDown was an average show. I'll just talk about what happened on SmackDown. Let me just remember. Big E defeated Jimmy Uso in a match. The New Day even cut a promo on him, about the same promo they cut at Money in the Bank. The match itself was pretty decent, not bad. Kevin Owens had his Face of America Open Challenge. And originally AJ Styles was going to accept it, but Kevin Owens says it could only be someone from like Cleveland, Ohio, or whatever they were. I forget exactly where they were. So he says, you're not going to wrestle me. So the AJ Styles is like, okay. Then Chad Gable comes out, and he accepts it because he says that he moved into that place earlier in the day. He gives away his address, which probably wasn't really his address. And they have a good little match for the title. Didn't really think Chad Gable was going to win, but I thought he had a good showing against Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens won. And I'm happy we're going to get Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, probably a battleground for the U.S. title, because I think that could be a good match for the United States Champion. Well, I think that could be a great match, and I expect that match to have a conclusion. So I'm looking forward to that. I thought Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler had a better match here than they did at Backlash. I thought Nakamura looked a little bit better, and Nakamura won. I feel like they're starting to kind of get Nakamura now. They're not calling him the rock star. They're not having him talk as much now. Where does Nakamura go from here? I'm not sure. They announced that Sami Zayn is going to face Baron Corbin next week. I kind of can't wait to see that. And yeah, I figured they'd hold it off till Battleground, but maybe they want to have Baron Corbin feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm not really sure what they want to do with Baron Corbin. Not gonna lie. What else did I like on SmackDown? Nothing else. Randy Orton's promo on Jinder Mahal. How he would RKO all of his family members. The promo itself was good. I just don't like that feud. But yeah, the main focus was the woman stuff, and since that kind of involved the whole show, this is what's made SmackDown average. Daniel Bryan returns. Instead of having him come out right away and get a big pop, they wasted his return by showing him backstage a handful of times before he actually came out. And yeah, I feel like WWE kind of fucked that up. Instead of having Daniel Bryan come out and get a big reaction from the fans, they just showed him backstage and ruined his momentum. The fact that they still have Daniel Bryan as the GM is kind of stupid. You know, Daniel Bryan, you don't really know how often he could really be around and wrestle and stuff because of the fact that he has his baby now, and you don't know how often Daniel Bryan's going to be able to work and stuff because he doesn't really know himself. So why not write him off as the SmackDown GM, have Miz face Shane McMahon at WrestleMania instead? So that way, because you knew Daniel Bryan's kid was probably on the way. You know, it wasn't exactly set in stone when it was coming. Well, when she, I don't want to say it, but when she was coming. But instead, WWE decided to be stupid about it. Because think about it, Daniel Bryan, there was only so much he could do as GM. Now that the Miz is on Raw, what can really Daniel Bryan? He's still a good GM, but now that he's kind of it was better when like you had like the Miz there, even Alexa Bliss, because she was somebody that interacted pretty well with Daniel Bryan. So I thought that was pretty stupid. And he does the whole thing where he's gonna decide Carmella pretty much says that she doesn't care because Bray Wyatt helped attack Roman Reigns and cost him the Money in the Bank, allowing Sheamus to win the contract. Even though Sheamus climbed the ladder himself, and pretty much everybody wants Daniel Bryan to take the briefcase away from Carmella, and he's like unsure about it. Eventually, pretty much James Ellsworth talks shit about Brody. And Daniel Bryan says, if you ever mention my daughter, I'll punch you so fast that you won't be able to breathe, and I'll fire you. Which I love that. Which I would like him to get fired. And Daniel Bryan pretty much says, we're going to redo the match next week. You know, there's no winner. We're going to redo the match. And, yeah. And he even announced on Talk and Smack that James Ellsworth was banned from ringside. And then that was it. What the hell? WWE just really fucked up this women's Money in the Bank match because they already fucked it up by having a man win this match pretty much. They had James Ellsworth climb up and ruin that. And now they're having another. Now they're gonna just have the match again on SmackDown, and just waste my. It felt like I wasted my time watching the match at the pay-per-view. You know, I expect just because knowing WWE, the match on SmackDown would be the match that will be better than the match I paid for on pay-per-view. I know it's $9.99, but money is money, so it's like, what the hell? And it's just really stupid. I'm not a fan that they did that. They really should have just had Carmella keep it. Carmella just made herself look even stupider because she should have just cashed it in at Money in the Bank. So yeah, it was all stupid. Carmella's crying about it on Talking Smack. It's like, get the hell out of here. Daniel Bryan, I don't even care. He was on Talking Smack though. I think Talking Smack needed Daniel Bryan. He made it really exciting and stuff to watch, so I'm happy he was back on Talking Smack. Then what else was on SmackDown this week? Jinder Mahal wrestled Luke Harper in the main event. He won. I mean, Jinder Mahal is WWE champion. You got to make him look strong. So it doesn't feel real. He is the WWE champion. I've talked about that enough. Afterwards, Randy Orton comes out to beat the shit out of him. And the Sin Brothers pull him out of the ring. He RKO's both of them. And yeah. Probably be able to do a Punjabi Prison match, which I don't want to see. I hate this feud. This feud should have just been a one match done. Randy Orton retains the championship at Backlash. But no, they somehow got like a heart for Jinder Mahal. Baron Corbin teased that he was cashing in. He doesn't do it. It was really stupid. The way they're doing the Money in the Bank concept's really stupid. They haven't come out during the match like they are going to cash in, but then they don't cash in. The hell? I like it, you know, I like that they tease it, but it's like, you know, why? It just feels like they're doing it for the sake of doing it. And if Baron Corbin, if there should have been any reason Baron Corbin wasn't cashing in, why not have Sami Zayn come out and attack him? Then he couldn't cash in. It was stupid. Why didn't Baron Corbin just stay out there when Randy Orton was attacking Jinder Mahal? Like, maybe he didn't know he was going to come out there, but still, it was stupid. Talking Smack, though, was good. It had the New Day on. I thought they were funny. When Renee Young asked him a stupid question, they revealed their strategy against the New Day, against the Usos, and they have Daniel Bryan like kiss one of the like a skeleton version they made of the Usos. It was pretty funny. And then AJ Styles was on Talking Smack. They were talking about like toe poop, which was funny. So I thought it was actually pretty. Talking Smack was pretty good. But overall, SmackDown itself was an average show because main event was very average. The fact that Luke Harper is now losing to Jinder Mahal was stupid. Another thing I forgot about SmackDown is they made a match between the Hype Bros and the Usos. And with the Hype Bros, where they become #1 contenders for the SmackDown tag titles, whatever. I don't even know if they'll win or not. No Breezango on this show. Mike and Maria Kanellis. I almost called him Mike Bennett because I can't call him that anymore. Weren't even really on SmackDown. They just put him on the YouTube page and didn't air it on SmackDown. That was stupid. Just stupid. I mean, SmackDown has dropped in attendance rate, dropped in the ratings, and it's because they decided to put Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. WWE has to suffer the consequences for that, and that's why I'm happy Jinder didn't lose the title, because WWE would have realized they made a mistake, and it would have just kind of been like, what was the point of doing it to begin with? Whatever. My highlight of the week, though, I want to try to do that when I do the series from now on, was probably the Big Cass Turning on Enzo segment. That was just a fantastic segment. The worst thing was the SmackDown's Women Money in the Bank debate segment. Get out of here with that. Naomi, by the way, too, is defending the SmackDown Women's title against Lana. That was made official, whatever. I don't even know if she's winning or not. So if Carmella wins the Money in the Bank match, what was the point of doing the match anyways? Why not keep the briefcase on Carmella? So why not have Becky? So I don't even know who they're going to have win the SmackDown Money in the Bank match. I quite frankly don't really care now. They ruined that concept for me. Yeah. Now I kind of now. Why did they even do it to begin with? We would talk about winning a history-making match. But yeah, overall, Raw was better. I don't even know what the score is now because I've lost track because I haven't done this show in a few weeks. I didn't even say which one was better last week, actually, so I'd have to look over that myself because I just didn't put up the effort. I forgot to say which show was better last week. I think I said Raw was better last week, too, actually. I think I might have. But overall, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my Wrestling Fortune 44 and over the Talkinator channels. And make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.